Welcome back to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Wow. I guess ESO players don't like critics. I guess. I post, a commentary on a content creator's video. I enjoyed the video tremendously. I thought it was a really good video. It hit a lot of points about both games. I enjoyed it. It was beyond exceptional. But of course, since it's me commenting and pointing out the obvious, yeah, you can't do that. Don't try to make our game better. Okay, I guess not. I guess not. Don't do that. Don't ever, 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 goddamn it, talk about Elder Scrolls Online. Well, too late. Too late, motherfuckers. I got notches under my belt. Tons of them. Tons and tons and tons and tons of notches. So, um, shit. I gotta go repair. And I gotta go buy some things real quick. But yeah, so interesting. It's been interesting. It's like, listen, man. I know it's hard for certain people to try to understand. I'm helping you in the long run. I'm helping you in the long run. It's okay. I like Elder Scrolls. If you like Elder Scrolls, that's cool. I like the game. I'm just not playing it currently because of issues. That's not to say I might not go back in the future. I'm not going back anytime soon. But and I know a lot of players want me to go back. Um, but at this point, it's just I'm happy where I'm at. Just that's all I'm stating. So I'm more than happy where I currently am. And I'm not trying to say don't play Elder Scrolls. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, do you want improvements? Because me and my brother, we were talking this morning, and a topic came up. I was like, you try to go around everything the right way. Like try to live by the golden rule. Do unto others as you want done unto you. You know, basically, try to be nice about it at first. Say, hey, it'd be nice if you guys go ahead and upgrade these servers because they really need it. And all of a sudden, you get ignored, and everybody gets ignored. And then all of a sudden, you're not getting hurt. They're not hearing you at all. Because why? Bottom line is they're still making money, even if the service is shit. So all of a sudden now people start bitching. People start saying, fuck you, I'm gone. And all of a sudden, like I've said multiple fucking times, that's when they're quick to fucking resolve issues. Why? Because now they're going to lose money. It's like, okay, you guys are finally doing something about it. I'm so happy that you guys have finally, woke up and smelled the fucking coffee. And it comes back down to that, right? It really does. It comes back down to this whole fact that players are like, what? Why isn't anything being done? Why isn't there, improvements? You know, well, don't know what to tell you, man. Don't don't be an enabler your whole life. You know, people want to enable bad behavior, and whatever it is, what it is. Um, Definitely gonna have to upgrade him. 1 second. Um, oh, well, that sucks. Um, see if I have any gear that can gathering 41. Yes. Um, I want it on my Okay. Trying to upgrade him. Just did that one. All right. He looks good. Let's try this again. Ugh. I can do that one now. Okay. Alrighty. Nope. Wrong button. Yo! How many times a day would you say you think about ESO? Because you're sure to talk about it. I don't know how many times do you hit dislikes on my videos, because you sure hit it a lot. So how many times? Alright. We need water shards. There's there's a question answered with a question. Why do you still like to troll me? Alright. No answer? I'll give you time. You answer mine, I'll answer yours. Yo, what up, Irish? Morning, how you doing today? Do you see the comment above you? I love this dude. I answered a question with a question. You see that video I did this morning? By the way, I love that comment you made on that guy's video. I've never seen him before, but I subbed. I love that video. Hey, whatever. Whatever. I was like, brilliant. 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 And I was... No trolling. That's a genuine question. How many times would you say you find yourself thinking... Dude, answer my question. I'll answer your question. Genuine question. How many times have you disliked my videos? Never, once, twice, a handful of times? I don't know. So how many times would I think about ESO? I can't give you an answer if you can't give me one. Fair play. You can't see it? This Ninja 49 dude, he just posted again. It's just like, I don't know if you can see it now. It's hilarious. All right. All right. I just love these dudes though. Seriously. But I love the video. Like that video that guy did, and you gave such a good explanation, Irishman. Like you pointed it out. It's like it would be a great game. It would be this. It would be that. But. It's like, yeah. And it's like sometimes you have to have realism. You have to have the realistic aspect of what is occurring. What the fuck is going on? Must have him blocked, probably. Well, I can even make it more sweet, because the dude is just literally just being stupid. He's my troll. He's my stalker. My stalker bitch. Now I've actually, he'll make another account, but he's blocked now. Now he's completely gone forever. Forever, forever, forever. Well, until he makes a new account. It's what he does. He's my little stalker. But no, I mean, like, I was watching that video about ESO or Final Fantasy 14, and it was brilliant. Like, honestly, like, it was insanely brilliant. It summed up everything in a nutshell, and it was like, these are the issues. You can't get around it. Nobody's getting around that. Nobody. But everybody wants to like be a crit. Like, if you say anything negative, and then you're trying to think to yourself, I love the game. I want the game to be to prosper, and in order to do that, I have to be harsh about it. I have to be harsh about it. But then everybody's like, oh, don't talk about my Elder Scrolls Online. No, you don't. It's like, how many times did I have these fucking dumbass trolls say there was no, like, I heard it all. No such thing as diminishing returns. They still don't know what indifferent curves are. No such thing as, classes being able to play other roles. No, none of this, none of that. Dot a lot over and over and over and over. Best in slot. I'm like, people don't get it. Mathematically, you can't have a best in slot if there are diminishing returns that are associated with indifferent values. Like, you can't. It's fucking like, the only way you can do that is by taking out the entire, percentage math. It's like, are you all fucking mathematically challenged? I love ESO. I really do. I'm a big fan of the lore. I agree. The lore is awesome. The quests are great. Dungeons and trials are fun, but the lag in Maelstrom, the lag in Cyrodiil, still not working. Sauce class and skill direction. My main thing about Elder Scrolls is exactly what it points out. It's like, whatever. What's my incentive? Fluff? I'm not a fluff kind of guy. I mean, every once in a while, I'm like, that's cool. But it's like, literally, you want to chase skins? You have outfits that hide your skins unless you're running around naked. It's like, okay. So, or whatever. Or you can get a title. Okay. But what's taking me in there? That's a skin? That's it? That's all. Right? What? Like, okay. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care. It's like, for me, why am I going to do this? Why am I going to do it? Where's my motivation to do it? Where? What's my motivation? That's it. That's all. It's like, okay, so now they're getting new servers, which we bitched about. We said, how many times did all of us say that? I said it, people bitched. Everybody with a realistic approach agreed. Understood the technical elements, the technicality behind it, the latency issues, the problems. And everybody else who had a more than 2 brain cells could actually concur with that. Even Outcast said that. But if I say it, it's like, fuck you. Zasa's choices to add skills and skill points to the cash shop, adding things to make it easier to troll and exclude players with logs and achievement viewing. Those made WoW toxic as fuck. Right. The direction ESO is going isn't good. Right. I think it's a good game, but they're not, like, okay, so they get the hardware fix. Yo, Mystic, what's up? How's that top 10 most accessible MMO video coming? I need to do that. I need to finish it. There was a couple videos that I have to redo because I was editing it and it lost that file. So I have to redo it. But I need to. Actually, I do need to do that. That's a good point, Mitch. That's a good point. I really do need to do that. But my point of it is like I'm trying to be a critic. I'm trying to be harsh because I love the game. I love Elder Scrolls lore. I love the concept of Elder Scrolls. I love the class system and how you can, the combat and I love all that. But like you said, if you fire an ability and it takes it and it's not doing anything, what the fuck's up with that? But which direction? How are you incentivizing stuff? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? There are resolutions, but once again, the question has to be asked before you can resolve it. And players don't want to hear that. Players don't want to hear it. But they have to understand out of love that you're being harsh. It's hard love. It's tough love. It's tough love. It's tough love. It's what it is. I'm giving you guys tough love. I'm giving ZOS really tough love. Like I could probably say I'm one of their biggest fans, but one of their harshest critics. Because there's an expectation to be met. To have this performance, to have this quality in a game, behind a game. The expectation is the standards are set high. I can't afford to be biased and say everything's great in Elder Scrolls. It's the best MMO ever. And now they're doing this and it's just so wonderful. It's like, no, motherfuckers. Take a seat and fucking listen. It's a good game. The devs are doing great. But here's the deal. It needed hardware, so shut the fuck up. It needs this, so shut the fuck up. It needs that, so please shut the fuck up. And I could overlook most things if the game would just work. Right, me too. I can enjoy it. Yeah, right. My Maelstrom video, I couldn't even roll dodge once or twice. The combat is so fun, but the lag and things not working is so bad for Twitch combat. Right. And, like, there's always can be improvements, and that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is you need to have critics. Not because they're trying to I'm not trying to tear Elder Scrolls down. I'm not trying to corrupt players to say, I'm taking a break because I need it and I feel like there are other products out there I get to enjoy. And you answered it. Like, Final Fantasy XIV isn't the perfect game. Like, I want PvP to be better in this game. If it would have better PvP, I'd be like, I probably have a hard time even letting go ever. And I'm not going to let go anytime soon because I'm having fun. It's just performed so god dang good. Its performance is top. Like, I can't leave a game that is providing content, performs above and beyond, and it's like customer service. Customer service is weak in this game. I will say that. It's not Square Enix's fault per se. They're trying to handle it in Japan, and it's they need a customer service, station on in Europe or in the States, maybe in Australia or somewhere. They need another customer service center that can address issues properly. That's all I'm saying. They need another customer service center that's outside of Japan. Okay? That's my opinion. But, so the customer service in this game's not as good as what I would like it to be, and the PvP. So, two things. I'm sure I can get it in fetch questing. I hate fetch questing. Get rid of the fucking fetch questing. But storyline, good. CGI, probably one of the reasons you have a hard time. When you watch the cutscenes in this game, you're like, oh my god, that's amazing. That is like amazing as fuck. Amazing. Eye candy for days. For days. The eye candy in this game is just sick as hell. And I keep going back to it like there are a lot of pros, but I want a game that kind of gives me all that element. I want incentive that motivates me. I want, more control. Like somebody said in one of the comments, the only reason I don't like Final Fantasy isn't because of any of this. It's because I have limited control of, making my healer unique. in comparison to other healers. Like, and I feel that. Like, I honestly can identify with that. And but it doesn't bother me. Like, because I can play, if I want to switch it up, I can switch it up. If I don't want to play a white mage, I can play the AST. If I don't want to play the AST, I can go with the summoner. So I get the different experiences through the jobs. But Elder Scrolls, you can customize your character, your build. You have way more control. And that's why I probably stuck it out so long in ESO, because the amount of control I had with customization. But that's not necessarily a good thing either, because when you acquire so many different sets and so many different things, you know, you're literally, you have no other thing to do other than collect sets. You're set collecting. Your monsters set collecting. All of this. That's my only real complaint about Final Fantasy XIV. The PvP was flat out the worst PvP experience I've had in any game. If you think the skill gap is bad in ESO, it's to the 100th power in Final Fantasy XIV. Healers are literally unkillable in 14, right? Because they didn't put a diminishing return. And see, we can be objective like this, and that's my point. Like, we can talk about the pros and the cons, and we accept it as it is from your perspective, my perspective, other people's perspective. Now, there's probably players out there that says, I like the PvP in Final Fantasy XIV. Well, that's good for you, but it can always be improved upon, is what we're trying to say. You know, why isn't more people playing PvP? Because there is a problem. There is an issue, you know, that needs addressed. But at the end of the day, here's my problem. Here's my dilemma. Shadowbringers comes out, and I'm going to be immersed. I'm going to be completely immersed. I guarantee you, I'm going to love every fucking thing about Shadowbringers. Now they're coming out with a new PvP system. Now that's going to raise my question, because as I'm in between updates, what am I going to do? Am I going to still PvE and try to acquire gear? Well, yeah. But if I want, at one time or another, I'm going to stick my head in PvP. And that's where my frustration is going to kick in. Right? That's where my frustration is going to kick in, because I'm waiting on content to be updated. And when content isn't there and I've eaten it, what am I supposed to do with my time? Well, PvP is a great source to do that. It's a great tool to, you know, fill your time. The problem of it is it's got issues. Now, the same effect happens in Elder Scrolls, but the PvP is more compelling. But here's the problem in ESO. The ESO PvP is bugged as fuck, glitchy as fuck. And now that's what pisses you off in ESO. It's not the PvP system, it's the bugs that's associated. That's where you get frustrated. No, this dude ain't got a shirt on, man. Pull them all. Go, go, go. Alright. But yeah, I love the dungeon experience in this game and everything, man. I'm having a blast. Oh, it's a Lalafell Samurai! She's so cute! Healers, yeah. The healer situation in this game's got to get a little look at. It's got to get a little TLC. I like the idea to keep the skills separate, and you know, and there's a lot of like really cool things that has potential, but it needs looked at. Like multi-queue, man. God dang. Can you get a multi-queue system? You got it for your dungeons. Not to have it for your PvP, I don't get that. I personally don't. But even if I'm enjoying a game, I'm going to give it a little criticism. There it is. Boom! One level to go. I'll take those potatoes. Take him out of the snowdrift, please. Whatever. I'll fight him there. As long as I don't get in there. Okay, he's moving. Shit, I've got to find a nice safe spot. Yo, Jackson, what's up? Give me a second, guys. Oh shit. Didn't mean that. Alright, looks good. Chilling? You chilling, brother? So, what have you been playing lately, Jackson? And if, oh, by the way, make sure when you do the server switch, you come, well, you're already over here. So just make sure, you know, if you're still playing, I don't know if you are. Just don't work in overtime. It makes you want to rip your hair out, right? No, Cal, I totally agree, dude. See, and this is why I get along with my viewers so well. Because it's, at the end of the day, we're addressing the issues at hand. You know, nobody wants to hear negatives. I get that, right? I do. I understand. But it doesn't necessarily, we're trying to make it better, man. Nice kiting. I love this tank. Last boss. Nice. Good job, Sam. Todd, what's up? Thought I'd pop in to say hi. How you doing, Todd? Where are you at, brother? Thank you. Thank you for stopping in, man. How you been, Todd? Giving it up to the tank. Where you been? What's been going on? Fill me in, brother. I haven't talked to you in a long time, man. Please, man, I miss you. You know, I get to see Clint, which I'm really happy to see him, but how are you doing, man? I haven't seen you or talked to you in so long, man. I hope everything is going. You're coming back? Cool. You're still in Division 2? Division 2 looks good. It got really good reviews. Not my type cup of tea, but it did get really damn good reviews. It did. Okay, we're looking pretty decent. So what's been up, Todd? I hope everything has been going good for you, brother. So I've done pretty much everything except the main trial scenario. I got a little bit of time. It's a good amount. Building a Necro EMA on the PTS. Oh, are you? You liking it? Like I said, it'll be good. I think they'll do good. They'll do good. It will. There'll be a lot of things going good with, that. I don't think, I think certain things like DPS will be getting adjusted in the long term, but it looks good. It looks good. How players, build, you know, like tanks is what I think is going to be the most interesting. I could see two viable solutions to the tanks with the Necros, but that are really like different play styles, I should say. But yeah, it'll do good. It'll be fine. They'll do good. Trial. Oh my god, I didn't get my trial in from yesterday. Holy flip of a jig. Basing it off my Imperial Nightblade. Ah, got you. Yeah, a lot of people were complaining about Nightblades, but yeah. I'm actually, I don't know if I really, you know what? We're going to do, yeah. Right now, I guess I could go with the DK. See, I've already received it. That's just main scenario I haven't received. There's some really cool stuff. Yeah, I think it'll do fine. I honestly can see it doing pretty good. I didn't do my other roulette from my 70. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see what it looks like once they update the servers. I'll go in and check it out, but I'm not buying elsewhere. It's like a mashup of Warden, Nightblade, and DK. Yeah. See, I think there'll be like a couple of options. My Nightblade will be okay. Yeah, I think a lot of players will adapt. Nightblade tanks will be okay. A lot of people don't like how Nightblade tank is looking, but I think it'll be okay. But I'm not. I'm going to wait till the servers are fully integrated, and then I'm going to go in, peep my head in, sear it out, put it to the test. I'll be checking speeds, frames. I'll be checking the PC versions, and then they haven't announced anything for the consoles yet, but I imagine they're going to be doing that as well. So I'm going to keep my eye open. When I am comfortable, and I'm talking comfortable, when I see a latency of half, let's say the latency gets down to about 150. Once 150, if it hits a 150, I might end up coming back. But like I said, my bar's been set. It's like now my bar's set. I can go up to my friend's house I have a pretty good rig. But my friend has a ridiculous rig. He's crossfired. It costs thousands of dollars for his rig. He'll let me utilize it just to check it out for hardware, for the max what I can on hardware. My daughter's got a Zen processor. She has an 8-core processor. I have a better board than she does, but I'll be putting it to the test. I will be checking latency like a motherfucker, and when I'm happy with latency is when I'll be making a comeback. If I do, if I ever go back to Elder Scrolls, it will perform. Like I told my ISP, like there was a hiccup, which I don't get too many hiccups. I don't get too many ISP hiccups because I do have a very good connection for what it is. Actually, above what it should be. My Imperial is DPS. My Nightblade tank is my Mad tank. Yeah, no, I definitely remember your Nightblade tank. I definitely remember your Nightblade. That's why I was like talking about the Nightblade, because you used the main Nightblade tank, if I remember right, Todd. So, but I will be checking it out. I told like my ISP, I was like, somebody hasn't maintenance the servers, and come to find out, they maintenance them. I haven't had issues since, and that's just, I'm good at this. This is what I can tell what's being done, when it isn't, when performance has issues, what is occurring technically. And Elder Scrolls latency 300 is unacceptable. I don't give a fuck if it's peak. I don't give a shit. They can make excuses all day long. There is no fucking game that hits a 300 latency that doesn't need hardware increase. It's just not. It's not the way it is. My biggest problem with Final Fantasy 14 is running out of stuff to do. Dude, Nimbus, you just like, then again, I've been playing since 2.0. Nimbus, you hit the nail. Like, that's what I'm concerned with. My concern is, okay, so Shadowbringers comes out, right? I do the content. I am doing my weeklies, right, for my progression, my raids, right? I don't know if I'll get Omega in because I'm working on leveling, or trying to get my jobs up there. I'm hoping to get Omega in before Shadowbringers. But if I don't, I'll get it sometime. But my question is, if I'm staying on par, what am I going to do to fill my time? Well, PvP in this game needs help because there's nothing to do. Like you just pointed out, we're waiting on updates, and now what do? So that's my only fear in this game, is like I get everything leveled, and now I'm stuck, and the PvP is still horrible. I have a $600 gaming setup on Wi-Fi, and it runs okay. I always get better loot on the EU servers, like way better loot. Like your RNG's better on EU. I wonder. That's interesting. Like, I wonder if there's a drop rate percentage difference. I always say that Gooch, I used to play with Gooch, and his RNG was just ridiculous. His RNG was just redunculous. Totally. I was like, dude, your RNG is ridiculous. I would get so pissed. I'm like, God dang it. Some people just get better RNG. Maybe, I don't know how that all works, but I do notice that sometimes drop rates, man, differ. Sometimes, and maybe you just have a character that has good RNG on that server. I am too. It's been great because we've been playing through 5 years of content, but that only took months. You can only level so many jobs. Right, right. I like to pretend PvP doesn't exist. I, I definitely understand. Oh my God, yes, right. That's my only concern. It's my only fear. Like PvP, like it needs help. There's a lot of things here, but just put a multiple queue system in, incentivize PvP, and just make it a little bit more accessible. I think it'll be fine. Like, you don't have to have it. It doesn't have to be the same as every other PvP. I'm not saying carbon copy what this team's doing over here. Just understand, like, players need incentives and players need viability. I got good RNG too. 3 minions in 3 raids. Remember? Yeah, we go back to back raids. Irish pulls all 3 minions, like out of 24 people. Well, I didn't need it, so 20, maybe 20 people, but he got all 3. Gold Akaveri style book 3 times now from over. What? You got 3? What? Dude, that is sick. Those still sell pretty good. Akaveri does sell pretty good. It retains really well. It definitely does. I'm still bleeding over. I think I'll be fine on my currency. I mean, it's Thursday. I got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm at almost 400. I should be fine. The fact that I didn't get this in, though, it's kind of Yeah, 3, man. What? 3? Shit. Dude, I never looted one. I bought one. I bought mine. I just bought it. I got tired of looking for that fucker. I was like, I am not wasting my time hunting down this Akaveri. Shit. Fuck that. I was like, no. Y'all got me bent. And like I said, there are really cool things. Like, I feel like Zoss just has this one-sided approach. Like, we're going to put motifs in our dungeons, so that'll incentivize you. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put this, and that'll incentivize you. Okay. It's like, come on. Load. I'm going to miss my kill. No. Because I went to the golden saucer like a moron. I didn't know it was going to queue. I think I caught a bug. I think I caught a bug. I think I couldn't hit the... Yes! Oh my God, I did it! But I'm not going to get yesterday's, but oh well. I sold them dirt cheap because YOLO, and why not share the good fortune? Right, karma, man. Good deeds bring goodwill, right? It's karma, right? Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. Karma is a very good thing. This is the weasel board. Going in blind here. Just follow me. I love the combat once you hit past 50 on these. And once I added the macros, I honestly can't tell anything. Eye candy for days. I mean, yeah, it isn't like, it isn't a Twitch game. It's turn-based. But, like, I never thought I'd come back to a turn-based game. I never thought, like, in a million years, I never anticipated, like, by the way, you're going to go back to a turn-based game. I'd be like, what? But it really, and we're getting a new combat system. I'm still kind of curious how that's going to go down. Up, Red Mage. Red Mages, res him. Two Red Mages, res. God dang it. There, God. Like, we got two Red Mages. How in the fuck is not one resing? Nothing I can do about mechanics, man. All right. Yo, Dave, what's up? What's up? Got to go back to work. Enjoy. You take care, Todd. It's not going to be a new combat system. They said same thing for Stormblood. It's going to be another. Yeah. Well, what about the TP though, Nimbus? What do you think's going to happen? Like, I know, like they're talking. Like, what are we going to do with the abilities that refresh TP? Is what I'm wondering. Like, how's that going down? I mean, is that going to be like, you know? That's the only thing I'm kind of curious about. I'm wondering how the new like when they remove TP, what happens to the abilities like Astrologian? What happens to the card that like helps restore TP? What happens with all that? It's kind of my question. Like, what's going to go down? I wish they would have covered it more on the last FanFest, because we were supposed to get some information about it. Maybe refresh MP instead, since it's going to be merged as far as well. Early May we will know more. I can't wait, because that's the only thing I was wondering. Like, okay, so what about the TP system? And what about, isn't there supposed to be something with them going to reduce tank damage, or is that after? Because I know Yoshida was talking about that. And they said something about later down the road about the healing. I'm more interested. Like, I think it's going to be good no matter what. It's like, I just wish I would have got more details on it, like to prep for it. Because I haven't came out with any of the videos I've been wanting to do, because I'm afraid, like, okay, well, I don't want to put any of these out yet until we get the changes, because what am I going to weave in and out of my what am I weaving in and out, and how am I setting up my macro setup? Is that going to change, you know? I can't wait till we find out, though, what's going down. Good. Always a red mage. It's always a freaking red mage. I'm always saying, man, red mages need to, like, just wait until I turn them, man. Let me get my stack on. Let me get them positioned. Up. Wrong button. Hit the shift instead of control. Alright. God dang it. This is why you use diversion. DPS. God dang it. Assert your authority on me. I should let you die. This is why you want grit. As soon as I dropped grit, it just fell. What's the phase? Shield phase. Thank you, Dark Knight. I don't know who gets it. I'll give it to one of the red mages. It hard. But hey, we got somebody new through it. It happens. People die. Things can get a little shaky. Currently, there are, for all intents and purposes, only two types of healers: shield healing and regen healing, right? So healers as a whole will eventually need a rework. That's why SHB didn't have a new healer, right? Shadowbringers. Even though it's been 2 expansions without one. Yeah, and I know they said they're trying to tackle that, right? They mentioned it. They said, we're trying to, approach it in a different way. But is like Chemist or Geo, like a lot of people were talking about Geo maybe being a potential healer upcoming, and maybe that'll be introduced within, before our next expansion. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of speculation, but that's all it is. It's speculation. I think it's going to be interesting to see what they devise. But I like AST. Like I know it's RNG based, but I really am enjoying AST. I'm enjoying it. But I know a lot of people don't necessarily like, the RNG element of AST because AST plays on both elements of it. Doesn't do as good as White Mage in one area with the regen, and it doesn't do as well as shielding as in compared to the Scholar. But the mixture of the two with the self buffs make it really unique, in my opinion. Like the sex play really cool, how the sex system works. So I'm interested in seeing if they're going to implement a new system. How are they going to, implement it? What's the change up? It'll be interesting. It will definitely be. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to take a break. I want to thank everybody for stopping in today. Nice conversations, man. David, what's up? I've come back. Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm about to cut the stream. Todd, thank you for stopping in. Kel, thank you for stopping in. Nimbus, man. Love the insight, brother. Love it. You have really good conversation pieces today. Jackson, always. If you guys don't know who Mr. Jackson is, check him out. He's a content creator as well. And I can't wait to see you back here, Jackson. There's a lot going on. I'm going to be, working content. I seen that video yesterday, the one you streamed earlier. Oh, yeah, with Zai, when Zai came in. I don't think SE would release a new class mid-expansion. Every new class is extremely stressful in their own words because their crew isn't really all that big for an MMO. Got you. But, we got Blue Mage, and I know Brian was saying, could they introduce a limited healer? I was like, that's an interesting concept because blue, they did it with blue. You know, could they do that with like a limited healer? I don't know. Like at this point, I'm kind of like anything can happen. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Like if they were going to introduce it, you would anticipate that it would be expansion based. So yeah, yeah. Is that the one you're referring to, Dave? The one that Zai stopped in? Zai was good. Zai's my brother all the time, every day, all day. I wish that man nothing but success. He's a great man. Great man. So it was really nice to see him stop in, just to bullshit. So, yeah, good shit. The one comparing Final Fantasy 14 and ESO. Oh, that was today. I just watched the video. I got a notification. I didn't even know who the guy was, but I loved the video. And a lot of people are pissed because you can't have you can't be critical. You're not allowed to be. Oh my God, don't say anything against our game. It's like, do you want a better performing game? Do you want a better experience in the long run? It's apples and oranges. They're both MMO. They're both fruits, but they have a different experience. It's like, it's just like you have to, compare the problems. And me and Kel were talking about the problems with Final Fantasy 14, and Nimbus also said it. It's not the content that's the problem here. It's not the combat system. It's none of that. It's the problem of what do you do between the updates. And that becomes the problem in Final Fantasy 14 because the PvP is just not where it needs to be. You'd like to PvP in Final Fantasy to keep your, keep going, but you can only, level up so many jobs and do so much, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, I'll try to do Feast, or I'll do this, and the PvP needs work. It needs work. It needs some TLC. It's a good filler content, but it's a good idea to have filler content, but it's just in not a good state. My recommendation, multi-queue system. Put the DR system to the healers, and then incentivize PvP for casuals. Don't cater to the casuals, because Feast players would have an uproar. Like, Feast players will get pissed, if that's the case. I mean, they are different games. I don't know which one gives a better long-run experience. But I think that's subjective, right? I think it all depends on the player, which one gives a better long-run experience. Like, yeah, how much time is a player investing in their gaming experience? Because you can get, I think in both elements, you can, experience what both games have to offer. But how much time is relative to each player? And where is a player at, once they've obtained or done something? What's the motivation behind it then? That becomes the question. I always tell people, just be objective, That's actually why I play ESO, Final Fantasy 14, and Guild Wars 2 together. Yeah, I got Guild Wars 2. That's a good point. Out of shit to do in one move onto the other. That's a damn good point, man, Nimbus. Final Fantasy 14 is a standard progression MMO. ESO is not, right. And that's one of the things why I love ESO. But like the video did point out, the guy I watched pointed out one thing. Whatever. And it's like, there are ways to progress and incentivize in ESO that's a better system than they have. I'm not saying it's not, whatever. Oh, hold on, I gotta get this. Holy shit balls, man. I'm still trying to get my regalia, so I'm going to hit this gate up really quick. Yes, give me to the gate, give me to the gate. Yeah, and I think both games, like, honestly, like this, I don't mind playing a triple triad. It's good, good filler content. There's things that you can farm. Okay, I've got to find a good cherry spot. I know a lot of players usually stack up But I can't see if there's a rhyme or reason behind this. Oh. We're going to do my H dance. I'm more of a console guy, so the combat in Final Fantasy XIV is the main deal breaker. Yeah, I don't mind the combat system. It's different. It was a lot more different than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be traditional turn-based, and to an extent, it has the elements associated that we're familiar with in turn-based system. But when you are doing the macro, when you're building macros and you're weaving correctly, the combat becomes more intricate for a turn-based system. So I like it. But ESO has unique combat for a console MMO. Far more games play like Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot more turn-based games. Right. I want to know the story of ESO because I'm an Elder Scrolls junkie. I beat every one of their games. Right. Elder Scrolls is, it definitely appeals to the lore. And I love the Easter egg that they put in Elder Scrolls. And I mentioned that. I'm like, I love the Easter eggs in ESO. Why did it do that attack first? Come on, Daddy feels lucky. Okay. One more round. Just one more. Okay, last round. Can I make it? No! Bullshit. I was robbed. 800. Oh well. We're working it. Almost 60K. I'm almost up to 60. Elder Scrolls is like, I'm with you on the lore. Like, that's what keeps me playing Elder Scrolls. It's good timeline position. Everything was established around the timeline that the game's set in. It's a really good, portion of where to play Elder Scrolls. So, like I said, there's different ways of just viewing things, but I just feel like, like you said, long term, I think it's subjective. It's just based on each player. Been killing fools in Skyforge as well. That is a poor man's PSO. You mean ESO? I hate Skyforge. I did not like Skyforge at all. I did not like it at all. I felt like it had a little bit of glitz here and there, but as far as even related content, I felt it was just piss poor content. I was like, this game, I mean, it has good performing elements to it, but everything else sucked. Nothing drew me in. Nothing kept me compelled to play it. I thought it sucked. I thought it was like, they just put a little glitz on it, and it's enough to try to get players to play it. But to me, it's really whatever. Like, at least they have a good combat system. PvP, though, the potential's there. But I was not impressed whatsoever. Was not. I was like, no, I'm not even impressed with Skyforge. Not. Was not impressed with it. I was like, holy fuck me, man. I'm like, wow. Make it look pretty. That's all that matters these days to companies. EA's a testament of that. And what about Activision, man? Fucking, I hope that company, tax evasion, oh, it's legal. By the way, good content on that video. Thank you, Kel, for posting it. And I hope you're getting better soon. I don't think you watch me, but I'm just going to say it anyways. Is a hell of a content creator. And fucking Activision, greedy motherfuckers. I hope karma bites them in the ass. Every goddamn one of those greedy bastards. You fucking bastards deserve to go to hell. And if you don't believe in it, if you don't believe in hell, may you find your way out of Sheol, motherfuckers. Just in case you don't believe in hell, good luck finding your way out of Sheol. How can people repent for you, fucking atone for your shit when they don't even know all the bullshit that you've done? Good luck. Good luck. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up, man. Once again, I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystics MMOs. As always, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good conversations today. Damn good conversations. Have a nice day.